friends, to Livestream 11. Delightful. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Oh, what a day. It's been beautiful. It's been lovely outside. I'm a huge fan. How are you? How's the chat? 3 watching, 5 likes. How's that? Some people must have liked it and then left. Bizarre. Excuse me. I'll turn the light on, shall I? How is? How are yous? Are yous okay? Oh, I'll turn this off. Hello, Stephen Tampton. Hello, Fragrance View. It appears no one is watching, or if they are, not in the chat. How are you doing? I am fantastic and I'm doing really well. Excuse me. I too am drinking water. Welcome, Antonio. Welcome, Peter. I am craving sugar. Well, stop craving sugar, Peter. Meditate on it. Think. Say to yourself over and over again, craving, craving, craving. Hello, Enrique Vasquez. How are you? I don't know what to talk about today. Could talk about this massive bottles of Jules. That's a factice. It's glass. It's fucking beautiful. Jonathan got us it for Christmas. How nice. That vetiver video is absolutely fantastic. Watched 4 times. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I gave the most modern version. I did that video that day because I was meeting my friend Richie G that night, and I gave him that bottle of vetiver, the latest one. I also gave him a few other fragrances, including Coriolan. I know I said I was going to just try and wear it to get rid of it, but no, I'm just, I'm not bothered. I also gave him my partial of What About Adam? So I've got a full bottle of that. I've still got like a couple of sealed bottles of that, sorry. So What About Eve? Actually, there is the female version called All About Eve. So there's What About Adam and All About Eve. Eva. But today I am wearing Pavarotti. Scent of the Day, Spy and Mash. 1725. Histoire de Parfum. Just like their boxes and packaging. They make it so hard to get to. Yeah. Peter wore Clementine, California today. How are you feeling it? How are you feeling it? How are you liking it? Is it nice? It's getting to that time of year, isn't it? It was a really nice day today. The nights are getting lighter. Everything's a little bit better. Or certainly less shit. Maybe that's the problem. It's the problem, isn't it, Peter? Doesn't hang around too long, those citrus cologne sort of things. Ooh, Justin's wearing Antaeus vintage. What vintage? How old is it? How old is your bottle, Stephen? Oh, sorry, Justin, not Stephen. Yes, today I wore Pavarotti. And even though Pavarotti is a patchouli-centric fragrance. I find that it is best suited to spring and summer, to be honest. Typical windy UK shite weather today, disguised in sunshine. Kind of. It has been a strange day, but it's been really nice. It was really nice earlier. 7 Force is planning to get knees of 10. It's a good plan. Welcome, 7 Force. I have never seen you before, but that is a good plan. It was warm in Teesside today. It was warm up here as well. I used to live near Eagles Cliff. I used to live in Eagles Cliff. Never mind near it. I used to live near it. Affinescence Cedra Iris. Affinescence. Never heard of them. Deliberating whether to get Pavarotti from Anouge, are you? I would do that. I just finalised a haul with Anouge today. I'm getting a couple of hauls in the next couple of weeks. Getting some stuff for Audrey Jane from someone, plus a couple of things for myself, and then I am getting a haul from Anouge. So, nice area, Eagles Cliff. Yes. Preston Park. I used to live at Turnberry Avenue. I can't remember what number though. This was years ago, like 30 years ago. If you're wondering what I'm smelling at, it is a Zaro Pour On. This is a 20-odd-year-old bottle. I used to think this was just lavender, but I'm getting a lot more from it these days. It's got a lot more of quorum about it, you know? Let a little bit of air into it. So, how did you all find the Guerlain Vetiver video? I was watching Ramsey's video about his Alain Delon, and I thought, that's a really good idea. What have I got? And I saw that I had, like, because he said in his video, he said, there's not many people who can do this kind of video because there's not many people who have got two different versions of the same fragrance. And I thought, fuck me, I've got loads of different versions of the same fragrance. And I thought, what's the one that I've probably got the most of? And then I realized it was Guerlain Vetiver, you know, or Koros. But I'm waiting until I do a Koros video because I want to do it justice, like, you know. I saw Ramsey's haul and I knew it wouldn't be long before you dived in. Yes. I've been planning this haul for a while though, but I have got 2 coming. It's been a while since I've got a haul, like a haul. But there is going to be a haul coming. Most of them I've already got, so I'm just getting like some backups. No idea. Got a few minis of Antace. Smells a bit different than newer stuff. Haven't been able to find a full-size vintage bottle yet. Video is great, thank you. Hey Duck, does Sultan Vetiver smell like a doctor's office? Heard that from a person. Yes. It's got that austere sort of, but it's like a vintage doctor's office with like green leather and chrome, and not chrome. Oak. Chrome. It's got chrome. Like green leather and oak. Where the hell have I got chrome from? I've worn the best natural smelling grapefruit fragrance, D&G Light Blue Forever Pour On. I'll tell you, a cologne like smelling natural citrus to me. Have you ever smelled Orange Sanguine by Atelier Cologne? It smells like orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice. It's insane. It's crazy. Hello, Ryan D. You haven't smelled Guerlain Vetiver yet? Justin, you've got to. It's amazing. Any version. Don't worry about it. Oh, shit. Scent of the day is Ormond Jane, Ormond Man. Am I familiar? I don't know that I am. I don't know that I am. Not off the top of my head, I can't remember it. Richie G's just texted us, telling us about a fragrance I gave him. I'll tell him that I'm on. I don't know what he's going to say to that. Ormond Math, Scent of the Day, Boy by Chanel. Justin, that's a shame that you can't get vetiver. I mean, it's one of the most well-known carried fragrances. Do you ever think of coming to Europe and doing a shopping trip for fragrances? Rich, how has your week been? Mate, Ryan, it's been all right. Not bad. The sunshine's helped. Stephen Templeton wore L'Homme cologne today. Is that the one that everyone was going mad for because it got discontinued and they replaced it with Cool? Jeremy Hines, Azaro Pour Homme. Yes. Fantastic. I might wear this tomorrow. Michael John is wearing Synthetic Jungle. Not a fan. Got a crazy pooey smell. Ryan played golf this morning. I see. Good man. Was it nice? That is something I will never do again. Play golf. Yeah, it was hyped because it was discontinued and replaced with Sport or Cool. Yes, it was. That's right. That is exactly what happened, isn't it? Yeah. Go to France and Italy. See, I used to just be able to waltz into France and Italy, but I'm not allowed to anymore because of Nigel Farage. Oh. I was going to give Richie G this, but I pulled back. And it is my Heritage. This is a 4-digit batch code version. I paid about 50 quid for this, if that. That's Richard Gardner. You ever thought about going to another continent to boff, Mitch? Yes, I have. Have you? Not another continent. Is Europe another continent these days? Richard G. We could go. We've definitely talked about going to Paris together. I'm not sure how his wife would feel. But you went to Paris with Mrs. G, didn't you? Michael John, I finally got some samples of Celine. Nightclubbing, Parade, and Reptile. Nightclubbing is love. Antonio Hobson, where do you live? Hopefully things calm down in Eastern Europe in the meantime. Yeah. A little bit warm there at the minute, isn't it? You know what I mean? Antonio Hobson, tell us where you live and I'll tell you if I'll be able to sell to you. Not sponsored, but I may be about to partake of a Bourneville. Looks orange on there, but it's not. I cannot sell to you in California, mate. Sorry. If you live in Britain, I can. Well, I just caught the tail end of a conversation you were having with someone if they thought they'd coming over to Europe, so I thought I'd spin the question. I have thought of going to another continent. Does Europe count as another continent now, though? Excuse me. I'm back from vacation. Missed these streams. Hello, Rich. Chat. Hello, Interference. Where did you go? Did you have a nice time? Not at all. Then there's no point. Europe is the capital of fragrance, isn't it? You know what I mean? Sorry about that spy and mash. I'd sell this. Some Samsara, vintage Samsara eau de toilette. Bois d'Azil. Sell that. Is that eau de beau? Is what eau de beau? No. I've got eau de beau, but it's not there. Ah, Bry, with your strange sayings. I don't understand your words. Pardon me for being late. That's quite all right. Actually, did you see that cable? Yes! What the fuck was he thinking? People were saying he looked like the Riddler from the new Batman. Is that eau de bro? We went in there the other day and they had some new stuff. They were shite. Where did you go the other day? Oh, that Monday. Yes, I did. Where what did I wear? I wore music for a while yesterday. That's right. Oh, the bagels and locks. Lol. New Batman was really good. L'Occitane. Yes. Yes, actually, Richie J. Spot on. Me and Richie J went into L'Occitane the other day and they had 3 new fragrances and they were fucking pants. Justin says, I've got a newer version of Samsara ADT. You should smell the old one, mate. If you think that one's good, you should smell the old one. I'm not just saying that. It's outrageously good. New Batman was really good. I've heard. Speaking of vetiver, which would you prefer? Girl on vetiver, Givenchy vetiver, or Tom Ford Grey vetiver? Ooh. Not Givenchy. I've got the other two. I really like Tom Ford's Grey vetiver for the heat. You know, it's really hot. It's fantastic. You know? I was quite gutted, to be honest, because they're normally a safe bet for decent stuff, yeah, right? I've got like 3 L'Occitane fragrances in the old presentation. I was going to get the vetiver, but the vetiver was too expensive for what it was. They did an amber as well, which was really good. I enjoy the new Batman considerably more than the Marvel stuff at the minute. Yeah, they're all the same, aren't they? They're all the same. I'm getting to it. Got some older Shalimar eau de cologne on the way. Ooh. Is that the Grey Vetiver EDT? No, you can only get one of them now. You can't get the, I don't think you can get the EDT anymore. I think you can only get the EDP. Spy and Mash, I would also sell my Insensé. Sycamore is great. I prefer the eau de toilette. I was going to buy it, but the person wanted too much for my liking and somebody else bought it, so. Welcome, Huge Gene. Eugene. Are you still at work, Eugene? He'd be watching, he'd be supervising. Mate, there's no chance you're sitting through a 3-hour film. You know, that's what stops us. The pain just thinking about it. I cannot sit through a 2-hour stream, man. Were you saying you'd sell your heritage, Rich? Yes. I would sell my heritage. Heritage. Where you from, Ryan D? Eugene is off. You are off. Do you smell? Hello, Edgar Romeo. How are you? Robert Pattinson. He's quite a good actor, to be fair to him. He was in a film called Water for Elephants, which was excellent. Throw your heritage away. Never. Watch it in the cinema with reclining seats. They're just as bad, man. It's the act of not being lying down. That's what fucks us. If I'm not lying down, I'm struggling. Do you know what I mean? Oh. Yo, you told me to buy in Sanse because I think you would like it. I think you would like it. It's too floral. Are you and Eugene doing a stream tonight? Unlikely. Because I am tired. I'm already tired. It's only 8 o'clock. What time is it? Yeah, it's only 8:30. Ryan D, where you from? Reese Witherspoon. Is she a treat, is she? She is a rare treat, to be fair. I just don't see him as Batman. Always a good choice for the Dior Homme adverts. It used to be Jude Law, didn't it? What about Eugene doing a stream, Eugene? I think Joey Cannoli's doing a stream at the minute. I feel like a bad man. I am enjoying Third Man today. I have got a vintage bottle of that on the way. Thoughts on Rocker Bar, bruv? Not huge on Rocker Bar, to be honest. Oh, no, sorry, is that Equipage? Rocker Bar's all right. Ooh, Ryan D's from Pennsylvania. Yikes. Did he buy a Kitos yet? Did he fuck? He's bottled it. He's bottled a Kitos. He's lost his touch. He's lost his touch as far as buying is concerned. Oh, pain. I should really wear this Hemingway. Bought this off a mate. What about Yattigan? Yes, spicy. Spicy. Good fragrance. Good fragrance. What about Bob? What about Bob? Get some older Heritage on the way too. Ooh. I have a soft spot for Heritage. I was born the same year it was released and it's a great perfume. What about Adam? Gave it away. The amber tobacco thing. That sounds nice. Third Man is an old classic movie. Are they related to the Comme des Garçons juice? Third Man from Caron is based on the film, yes. That Pattinson Batman is exactly what they were basing off the story from the comics. And it's very nice on first impression. I've been able to give it away. I'm just peeling a sticker off the bottom of this bottle. Yay! Got it off. Heritage is brilliant. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'm not massive on it, you know. I got Russian tea yesterday. Yeah, Russian tea is fantastic for the fall and winter. I've got that here. Here it is, Russian tea, and I've got Hemingway's Vetiver. I remember when I got the sample set of this, I won one off Peter. This was years ago, a couple of years ago, a few years ago probably. And it was exciting. Me and Richie G went into Cafe Nero and had a good smell. I need to sell Hemingway, boycott Russian tea. That's right. Not allowed to wear Russian leather. Cuir de Russie, Eugene. You've got to boycott it. Have you got Derby? Kind of. I've got the new one, the one in the box, in the bottle with the wood around it. And I have got a 30ml like miniature. Excuse me whilst I pour hydration. Delicious. What's your beef with Heritage? Smells of beef. Do you like Yattigan? Yes, I do. Very spicy. Very spicy. Nordstrom really told me they can't sell Rose de Russie anymore. Really? I'm I'm a big fan of it. My shockingly bad nose doesn't think it's a million miles away from Habit Rouge, which I love, but the wife can't stand. She does like Heritage, though, which I can't figure out. Strange. Do you have a Nucci Men, mate? No. Heard it recently, an old one. You probably have smelled it. No, I haven't, sorry. Never heard of it. Yep, the SA snuck me a sample anyway after the main lady hid it. Outrageous. They're not allowed to sell Rose de Russie anymore. That's mental. That's crazy talk. Imagine. You think Chanel would stop selling Quai de Russie? Eugene's going to go and buy with 10 of them. Fox Den USA. Hey, Rich. Hello. I've never seen you before. How are you? Rich, if you were to purchase Green Irish Tweed in 2022, would you seek an older 120ml bottle? Yes. Rather than the new bottles? Yes. If so, what dollar premium? I don't know. I can't tell you what to pay for something, but I would definitely go for the old 120ml bottles. It's a pretty easy thing. Like, it's very cut and dried, you know. It's very easy to say get that one because it's 120ml bottles and they're better than the 100ml bottles. So yes, I don't know what premium to pay. It sounds like you're in America, so your premium, the premium you're going to pay is going to be higher anyway because American perfume prices are higher. Sorry, I'm losing track of my thoughts. American perfume prices are higher anyway. But if I were you, while you can, I would get the 120ml. But it's up to you because it's your money in the end. So what you decide to pay is up to you. Make a judgment. Have a look around. Check the market. Shop around. Do your research. You're going to get your pants pulled down for 120ml in North America. Something I feared, you know. It's a shame, but it's probably true. What would the markup be here as like a reference? Probably about 10 to 20%, 25%. It's a good shout, Richie G. Nordstrom's political stances over the past year has been quite insulting, to say the least. Good riddance. Oh, right. Makes sense. I wonder what Tom Ford is going to do with all of it. Sell it in a different shop? Fuck me. I don't rightly agree with that. My pleasure, Fox down USA. Does nice to see you. Nice to meet you. It is going to be a better fragrance in the 120ml. Whether you want to pay that premium, though, is again up to you. I would have a look around, do your shopping, do your research. You can learn a lot finding stuff out like that for yourself. That's how I did it. You know what I mean? It's like learning the vintage sort of market your own way is going to be the best way. I can give you, like, excuse me whilst I hydrate. I can give you pointers, but the best thing to do is find out. You think Creed will ever go back to better quality with Black Rock and Charge? No. Absolutely not. I think the marketing will go through the roof. I think the storytelling, their coffee table books, and their releases will go up and go through the roof. The quality of the fragrances, the quality of the ingredients, no chance. No chance. You have to imagine, right? It's $1 billion deal, right? So it's $1 billion that Olivia Creed has sold Creed for. That does not happen that does not happen, right? BlackRock, it does send all the YouTubers free bottles already. What was I saying? So it was $1 billion deal, right? So these things that will have been happening for years, negotiations, right? I imagine the restructuring of the creeds in 2017, right, was a lot to do with BlackRock, or with a view to selling the brand, right? So they will have thought to themselves, right, these 120, 75 ml and 30 ml bottles are silly. Let's go and make it more standardized, more easier to sell, new molds, get everything, do that before the sale of the company to make it easier for a buyer to come in and take the company off our hands. That's what I think. I also think the cheapening of the ingredients was part of that as well. All these things get done for preparation for sale of the brand, you know. I believe there's a new Creed female perfume. You can expect to see Creeds being released every year now, I imagine. Certainly in the future, you know, they're going to start living off their reputation. So let me see. I have missed out lots of the comments. Do I think Creed? I have Ragbar, which is a clone of it, and it's not terrible. It was like 13 quid. Honestly, right, when he got that, I remember me and you took that to Jonathan in House of Fraser, didn't we? And he was absolutely shaken to his core. He took it over to the lass on Creed, and he was like, smell that. And she was like, oh, you're wearing green Irish tweed? He was like, no. He was like, it's a clone. And she was like, what? She went pale. You know what I mean? Just had masses of the, I forget which one it is. I think, is it dihydromercenol? Is that the one, or is that the sweet one? That's ethyl maltol, isn't it? I think it's dihydromercenol. That was massive in that Ragbar. I remember it well. Richie G was chuffed to bits. It's a clone, but like the sales associate was funny. It was funny. It was worth buying just to see the look on their faces, to be honest. Snide Irish tweed. That's what it's called, isn't it? BlackRock will send all the YouTubers free bottles. Yeah, they already are. Tom Ford's private blend original worthers are worth hunting down. Probably yes. The old Tuscan leather, the Tuscan leathers that I've got, I smelled it in the shop. I've smelled it a few times recently. It's just piss water now. It's weak as fuck. Do you like Egoist? I love Egoist. The Ram is here, ladies and gentlemen. Ram duck. Great for throwing on at work, though. I believe there's a new Creed female perfume. I think it's kind of ironic how all these vintages never heard of Creeds have just been popping up randomly over the past year or so. Sorry, I don't understand that. Yeah, it's something daft like that when we were talking to the woman on Creed. Yeah. Our profit margins look good to the buyers, absolutely spot on. What did Creed threw away their Creed a long time ago? They never had it, mate. Vintage Tuscan leather was so animalic with a 10mm decant. It's challenging to wear. Wow. Oh, wow. I never thought of it being animalic. I always thought of it being quite astringent, you know, quite sheer. Like feels as though it gets right down to like bedrock, becomes abrasive very quickly, you know. Agree, Rich. Jonathan was saying Roger's materials are getting worse too. Maybe they're getting ready to sell as well. Yeah, that's always been the game for Roger. It's always been the game for Roger. It's the same. I mean, to be fair, I'm saying it's Roger. It's not just Roger. Who was it who was saying? I think it was someone who was talking to me and Eugene. All these perfumers just want to set up their own brands so they can sell them. They're following the MFK model, aren't they? You know, they're following the because he started his brand. He produced a couple of huge fragrances: Oud Satin, Mood, Absolute, Paula Soir, which got discontinued. It wasn't that huge, but like Baccarat Rouge, you know, basically. released a few of these huge fragrances, and then someone came along, Louis Vuitton or someone came along and said, we'll buy that. And he said, yes, of course you will. That's what I want. Buy it. And I'll just shift. And then he's gone to work for Dior. Insanity. I wonder if BlackRock might pick up Roger as well. I think they will not want to get burned twice with the same flame. Do you know what I'm saying? Christoph, welcome. How are you? Ombre Nomad. I wonder if BlackRock might pick up this. Only smelled ombre leather and I love that. Yeah, I really like ombre leather. I don't know where it is though. Go on the Creed website. Yes, I know what he's going to say here. Go on the Creed website and pull up a fragrance pyramid. And if you want to chuckle, there is a line on the Creed website that says it's a 5,000-year-old infusion technique. Yeah, Oliver Creed's obviously like just a fucking pathological liar. You know what I mean? Wow, Christoph got a bottle of Balenciaga Pour Homme and Teatro alla Scala today. Well done. A friend of mine in the community named Tyler Petrosky, who used to be really active. He should be used to find the fragrance groups spaced out. What's happening? Where did you get it? The Perfume Critic. Perfume Critic, I'm subscribed to you. You told me that I used to know you through a different name. What was it? You said you used to have a different name on YouTube or something, or somewhere, and that's how I knew you. But I watch your videos. The Creed Viking is really good. I would quite like to get an older bottle of that, when it first came out. The problem I've got with that is that it's 100 ml and all my other Creeds are 120. And Ramsey's video fucking scared the shit out of me last night when he was doing his unboxing and he smelled his Silver Mountain water. And I thought, fuck, I've got one of them from exactly the same batch. And I shit myself because I remember thinking Silver Mountain water is really dark on me. Like quite black, in fact. And then I looked up the notes and I saw there's black tea and black currant in it. And I thought, well, that gives us that gives me hope, because fucking thank God that it's actually meant to smell a bit dark. And then he was like, oh, it smells like nail polish remover. And I was like, do you know what it is, right? I've got a fucking horrible feeling that mine smells like that. I was lying in bed this morning. I was like, as soon as I can peel my fucking arse off this mattress, I'm going to smell me Silver Mountain water. Long story short, my Silver Mountain water's fine. Thank God. Shat myself. Nightmares. I had a nightmare that I got headbutted last night. Right on the bridge of my nose. Yikes. How do you verify a vintage Polo Sport? It's got Cosmere written on the bottle. And it has... Oh, fuck. Right, so it's got... You see that bit there? That's silver. Like the neck is silver. Right? That is how you identify a vintage. And it should say Cosmere on the box. On the box, not necessarily the bottle. I'll put my Silver Mountain water back, shall I? Yeah, so Ramsey scared the shit out of us yesterday. Does the bottom of your bottle... Maybe it's because my my bottle's just a little in. I think Anouge might have some. I think Anouge has got some Polo Sport. Best headbutting fragrance, where you want something close quarters, don't you? But also powerful. Tom Ford for men. It's a good butting fragrance. If anybody hasn't seen the advert that's going around, a ramming fragrance. Your thoughts on Himalaya? I love it. I fucking love Himalaya massively. The one that says Ralph Lauren fragrances, that's not vintage. Pass. 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 I think that it's got to say Cosmo. Look on the bottle hard, and it should say Cosmo. The one that says, I love Selva Mountain Water on first smell, started to dislike it more and more. It's a strange, complicated fragrance, isn't it? Richard Ramsey knowledge is incredible, thank you. I haven't made the switch to my summer and spring stuff. Spring and summer, not summer and spring. I haven't made the switch to my summer-spring stuff yet. Unlike Mitch the animal, I wait until the spring equinox. Looking forward to reaching for Polo Sport. He does. He waits for 3 weeks into spring to start reaching for his spring stuff. The madman. He's insane. Do you plan on wearing Bois d'Argent this spring, or do you want to keep that for fall and winter? I think Bois d'Argent can be worn at any time. I think you can wear Bois d'Argent at any point, including the summer. You've just got to go lighter in the summer. The myrrh gives it that freshness, which is quite strange. The fresh myrrh. You plan on wearing Bois d'Argent this spring? Hello, Duck and Chat. Sent the day costume National Soul. I really wish they had a sample selection, you know. Excuse me, I'm just eating Boneville. Do you have Tom Ford Men Extreme? No. I've got Tom Ford for men. I've got the vintage Tom Ford for men, and I've got Noir Extreme, but I don't have Tom Ford for Men Extreme. Manly Sense. Excuse me, hiccup. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm on a rare old chew. Ooh, fuck. This is good stuff. It's a vintage Safari tester. It is spring. It was spring on the 1st of March. You are clearly wrong. In the head. Your sense of time is all warped and distorted. Oh, that Safari is oh, that's fantastic. Mossy, very green, very masculine. Look, do you know, I didn't know I had this until like really fucking recently. I found it lurking. It is a 10ml of La Nuit de l'Homme, and I have got absolutely no idea where it came from at all. Any Nasamato, Bobby? Pile of shite they are. Couldn't agree more. Love Safari. That number 19 cologne is sultry. It is. It's very nice. Very, like when you smell it from the bottle. I think this is true of a lot of splashes though. It's a little alcohol-y, but you get the iris. It's a massive iris in this for me. Did you ever try Please don't be dead. No, you're not. Thank God, I should drop that on the lid. No, I've never tried Purple Label. Actually, I've had the chance, but the prices are bonkers. Like, the prices are fucking insane. Love Cosmo Safari. Only got 75ml, so I use it sparingly. Someone was telling me the modern Safari was good recently, and I was like, if you like the modern stuff, get a Cosmo. Spot on. My wife prefers the newer formulation Safari than the vintage I have. Maybe she doesn't like she doesn't like the oak moss. Love Purple Label. Bleecker Street vibes. Fucking, that's another brand I kind of tolerate. Like, it's one of the worst fragrances I ever smelled was from It was from Bond number 9, recommended by Max 40. Cooper Square. The worst fragrance I've ever smelled was called Ispazon by Parfums de Marly. It's absolutely horrific. What's your scent of the night, Pavarotti? When Rich gets blackout drunk, he binge watches. Jeremy makes drunken purchases accordingly. Only explanation for the Lanaway de L'Homme. Honestly, I got it for free and I don't know where from. Absolutely no idea. Bang average. Bang average. Is it shite? Could be. This Kinski's still mental. It's a nice wee super bomb. It's got such a strange metallic green vetiver top. Very Giza schön. Very Giza schön. Didn't know I had it, Jesus Christ. Is Prada Amber Pour Homme a discontinued fragrance? Better not be. I don't think it is. The new one is more rounded, I think. You're going to get your channel shut down. Yeah, that's what they did to Sebastian, huh? I thought Cooper Square is Bond number 9. Yeah, it is, yeah. Shit. Basic fragrance, that is. Then get in. That's because that's what Richie G does. His mate absolutely fucking loves Jeremy. Doesn't he? Alex. He fucking loves Jeremy. And yet Alex doesn't want to buy those bloody Roger Doves I want to sell. If you want cardamom, there are many other frags. Exactly. Worst fragrance I've ever smelled. Quatazli. By Daniel Hossier. Fucking clone brand, isn't it? Daniel Hossier is like a proper perfume. Like a proper perfumer. Pardon me, whilst I hydrate. But he's another one made a fucking fragrance brand. He did that Ambra Tobacco, which is an Ambra Nargile ripoff. Can't wait to smell Kinski. It's so weird. Your package is in the post and it has been sat at Langley HDWC or something for about a fucking week. Pan up, please, to see the mountain cliff in a second. Do you have Kenzo Jungle Vintage? Yes, I do. Sebastian Yara got shut down. He had a channel before the one that he's got now. And it got shut down. It got taken away, got blocked. Bond number 9 went after his channel. They did, yeah. Anyone know if the recent formulation of Bijan is worth it? It is only £15 here in the UK, so surely it's worth a punt. Give it a go. It's the worst that could happen. Somebody did a video about it. This is for Bob. Somebody did a video about it and said it was really nice. So there you go. Yeah, sure. Lazy Brits. Oh, what did he do? Yeah, he just said that he didn't like them. Like, quite strongly. I have to admit, I'm slightly falling out of love with the Leon. Doesn't surprise, it's shite. Something in it just doesn't 100% work for me. Coromandel is my number 1 Chanel. I think Antaeus is my number 1 Chanel. It's fucking brilliant. We'll never see the like of it again. Like, is that some vintage Lanaway de L'Homme? I do not know. I wouldn't know how to identify vintage Lanaway de L'Homme. Yeah, because they've got people who can't take criticism have got shit to hide, like, you know what I mean? The Leon Valencia, Christoph, you rascal. He's just saying that to wind me up. Incredible, they will get the channel. They will get a channel closed for bad news. Yeah. Yep, shut his channel down. Here's a thread on Base Notes talking about it when it happened. Madness. 20 perfumes to wear whilst your YouTube channel is shut down due to threats of litigation from petty perfume brands. The perfumes are shite. Hello, Imad. How are you? Excuse me whilst I pour yet more hydration. Someone mentioned Leon as a milky nuance, and that sort of ruined it for us. I remember when Peter loved Lone Star Memories, and then what you said, one of his friends turned around and said to him, Lone Star Memory smells like TC, like smells like medicinal sort of cleaning product. And he said after that he just couldn't wear it anymore. It's funny how that can happen. Michael John has hydration. Good man. Cheers. Cheers, Michael John. Excuse us whilst we hydrate. I think they also associated the reviews with him decanting their stuff. Medicinal cleaning products smell great, so another plus for Lone Star Memories. I really like it. That, and I was looking today, I've got about 5 backup bottles of fucking Gucci Guilty, you know. Gucci Guilty Absolute. I've got fucking loads of it. Like 150ml bottles as well. Salute. Salute. Mate. Cheers. Good thing it's not alcohol. Imagine if I was like drinking alcohol instead of water, I'd be dead. I'd be flat on me back. Yeah, I was once told that Encens Mythique smelled of bug spray, and I kind of get it. I still love that stuff. I don't get that, but I haven't worn Encens Mythique for a while. I was really hard on fucking like Encens Mythique, loving it all the time. I was wearing it, and then one day I just like, I don't know, I thought I was wearing it too much, so I started wearing other stuff, and then I've never really gone back to it. That's like one of the minuses of having a large collection, you know? Me and Ramsey talked about this. Like, we feel like we should wear the stuff we love more than what we do, you know? Hello to Duck. God visitors, lurking. Sent of the day, Eloge de Tratre. Tratre. Fuck me, I cannot say that. A blind bought Amber Sultan in that limited bottle. Hope it's similar to Dior Mitza. Ooh, I think you'll find that Dior Mitza would be similar to Amber Sultan that came out first, mate. That's how these things work, I'm pretty sure. I think Amber Eternelle is way more beautiful than Encens Mythique, Rich. I cannot remember Amber Eternelle for the life of us. And Galen, I don't know if you've seen this, Imad, right? But Galen, the Etherealist, did an outrageous review. One of the best reviews I've ever seen. Certainly like the way that it's shot and like the way it is. It's fantastic. You should go and watch that. I would link it, but I don't know how to do that. I would love to smell that again so that I could like refresh. A blind bought Amber Sun. Does anyone think Tower perfumes are very clunky, but in a good way? Not the old stuff. The new stuff maybe, but the old stuff, no. Woof, woof. Pavarotti, I saw that in some Chanel. Emad is correct. Shut up, Galen. I hope Galen didn't hear what I just said. He's an evil man. He had a haircut the other day. It took 2 hours. They must have cut each hair it must have cut like one hair at a time. I've watched Galen. Ramsey is correct. It's also a bit like Huele Mucho. Everything that comes out is great. I like Juan. I must admit, I do like Juan. He's a nice bloke, like. Let me send you a sample of Amber Eternelle, Rich. Oh, Christoph's got it. I will let you lend it. I will let you do that. Thank you very much. It seems like everybody else has got it, but I haven't. Have you worn Hortus Sanitatis lately? No, I'm not likely to wear it until September. It's firmly in my autumn winter collection. Firmly. I think Juan does the negative reviews in Spanish. I imagine it's easier to do negative reviews because you give the nuance, but I find that negative reviews have always got more nuance because you need to be very careful about what you say if you're going to say something shite, apart from just saying something shite. But maybe he does that because he doesn't know the right words to use. Oh, I'm just getting this cushion from the arse. Oh, I really, really need a new seat. I might start a GoFundMe. Oh, I'm just kidding. Actually, I might do that for a seat. I would never do it for perfume, but I might do it for a seat. I'm craving some Amber Noir. I have actually got my Amber Noir in one of these. And I have been threatening to wear it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. These are really good quality as well, these ones. What are they? The Traveller ones. Yeah, these are like 30 quid. The only problem is, though, you can only fill them from a sprayer. You can't, like, drop the liquid in. You can only fill them from, like, a sprayer, so it's a bit of a pig, like. You have 1.2 litres of it. I do not. I have 0.45 litres of it. I own the modern formulation of Egoist, but I will be getting a vintage one soon. Well, I say soon, in a couple of months. I'm craving some Amber Noir, don't I? Excuse me. Galen is correct. That can't be true. Galen can't be correct. Did you buy that Mikasa? No. I think I'm gonna leave it. Like, I did ask him if I could put you in touch with him though. Did Egoist have a different name before? Yes. It was released in 1990, but before that, it was called Bois Noir for a few years, when they only released it like to a very select crowd, like in their old boutiques in the 80s. Excuse me. The modern one is still a banger. What perfume would you give to a priest? Bear spray. Well, our PK has a perfume called Bois Noir. That is correct. Black wood. Wood black. Oops. Funny we haven't seen Julia Rose or Audrey Jane tonight. How strange. Oh, that chocolate bar you're eating. Well, not the whole thing, no, but I am eating some of it. It's can you hear the crack when I take a piece off? It's Bourneville, so it's like dark chocolate. I've also got some mini eggs, but I'm not going to eat them. Oh, Pavarotti. It's so nice. It's so nice, Pavarotti. Omar, I think Bois d'Azil was the influencer for Egoist. Yes. It's like the male version. Ice cream and chocolate bar. And the same day. You drink tea, Mitch? I just had some chamomile tea. So good. Yes, I do drink tea. Of course I drink tea. I'm from England. But speaking of chamomile, It's funny you mention that because look what I've got. A chamomile candle from Diptyque. I'm waiting for spring to really be here before I burst into this. I'm sure I saw a bottle of vintage Macassar in a shop some months ago before I knew what Macassar was, but can't remember what shop it was. Been torturing me for a couple of years. Crikey. So yes, I've got a chamomile candle, but at the minute, I'll show you, I'm doing something else outrageous with me candles. And that is, I'm not layering my candles, don't worry, I'm not that outrageous. I am burning a queer candle. It is fucking mad. It smells like Imperial leather soap, you know, which is quite a strange little phenomenon. How it smells soapy, but also leathery. I'll tell you what it actually smells like. It smells almost exactly to me like Queer d'Ange by Diptyque. So I'm just trimming the wick. I quite like my Dior candle, Amber Oud. I've never heard of that one. That's outrageous. I know they do an amber and an oud, but I haven't seen Amber Oud. I have to buy that candle now. I imagine it's going to be really nice. It smelled amazing in the shop. It's got quite a hay note to it. And Red Guitar Hours have teamed up with Diptyque. You'll get their toiletries on flight. It's a good idea. Is Diptyque the best candle in the game? Not for me. Not for me. I could do a candle video. At the minute, I've got 4 candles. 4 candles? 4 candles. Candles for 4s. No, I've got I have got, these candles are fucking filthy. This is why you should never take white fucking things out of the wrapping. But anyway, I will show you these. I've got an Eau Noir candle and a Bois d'Argent candle, and frankly, both of these are better than any Diptyque candle I've tried, to be perfectly frank. I just rechecked, it is indeed Amber Oud, and it's a much smaller size as well. How strange. I don't get much leather from the Imperial leather bar of soap. Smell it next time you're using it. Think leather. Think Queer d'Ange by Diptyque. It's your go-to though. What's my go-to? Got a picture of the atomizer for that polo spot. Oh, for me candles, yes. It's because I don't want to spend 70 odd on a fucking Diptyque one every couple of weeks. Got a picture of the atomizer for that polo sport, and it's blue, but it has a silver neck. Is that right? No. It's got to be all silver. I think Bois Noir is much richer and thicker than Bois d'Azur. I see Bois d'Argent working as a candle. Oh, it's fucking stunning. I've already had one. Speaking of Diptyque, I think they are still underrated. Popular as they are, I think they're only one of the absolute best brands out there for the price. Something about them is just incredible to me. You should try Better World Fragrance House. I don't know if they ship to the UK though. Oh, it'll be difficult to try them if they won't send me their stuff. Not for free. If they won't like actually ship the goods, I can't smell it, can I? They aren't underrated to the general public. From my experience, considering that would be one of the end all of high-end candles. I don't think that they are. The candles aren't that high-end. They are good. They are very good. But some of the newer stuff they've got in their candles is shit. The Vetiver one is very synthetic. I love Bois d'Argent. Didn't even know they have candles. That's a vintage candle, Omar. Sorry about that. Don't know if you can still get it. Never mind, they ship worldwide. Anyone familiar with Interlude Woman by Amouage? I know Ramsey is. Ramsey will be able to tell you all about that shit. He fucking loves it. No, he certainly loves Amouage. Ah, got an itchy head. Good quality. Airline Qatar Airways. I used to use them annually pre-pandemic. Yeah, they aren't the best candles, but they've successfully asked themselves as the high-end candle brands to non-enthusiasts. It's a good shout. They're reasonably priced at 48 USD compared to Diptyque candles. Ramsey, are you still afoot? Ramsey's not hard to find. If you go on his channel and he leaves an email address. I see in Graham Markets and Frederick Moore candles. Any experience? Someone I got the Joyeux Noël. I thought that was quite nice, and it lasted a long time as well, which was both a blessing and a curse. Maison Trudon are better quality candles, but more expensive. That's generally how things tend to work, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. Whilst I hydrate. Pour on them away. I like it, bro. Spicy. Very spicy. I haven't actually smelled it for a while. I've got it though. What does it sound? Fosco, I'd love that. A L'air de Désert Americana candle. Ramsey, I thought you had Interlude Woman. Sorry. I don't trust candles. Got to keep an eye on them. And they're very safe as long as you keep them away from everything. Very wordy. That's Galen. And his titles for his videos. Wordy. US Van candle would last for ages. That would be shit though. Yatagan. Woody. Lol. Yeah, Yatagan is woody. Green, spicy. I got a lot of spice in there. Dark. I'm getting a vintage bottle of Third Man Le Troisième Homme and Yatagan, actually. Ooh. I see Ramsey got himself a bottle of something a little bit outrageous for free the other day. And it was Gucci Nobile. Yeah, buddy. It's good stuff. Christ, I need a shave. I've got a thick beard. I've got a bottle of Gucci Envy. Got a partial. Not very much left in it, like, but still. Oops. Yeah, buddy. I've never smelled. I don't trust candles. Very wordy. Yatagan Celery Accord. Artemisia, Wormwood and Pine and Castoreum Reminder. Brilliant stuff. Got some vintage. Got some vintage Denby. A new Palau candle. That stuff's massive, but it's entirely synthetic. When I saw that Gucci Nobile in there, I shat myself. Ramsey following through on stream. On video, sorry. Yet again, Polo Green, Devon, all scratch the same itch. I have actually got a vintage bottle of Devon. And Polo Green. And Yattigan. Maybe I should do a comparison. I'm game for doing a comparison. I'm a little bit anxious at the minute because I am waiting for... What am I waiting for? I am waiting for a package to arrive at Ramsey's. And I spoke to Royal Mail today. And I said, why has my package been sat on its arse for a week? And they were like, oh, it just hasn't been scanned. I was like, well, fucking scan it. And they were like, well, you can come back to on the 14th of April when it will be officially declared lost and you will be able to get some compensation. I thought, ooh. No, I won't. No, I won't. Literally did say to them, give us me fucking candle, you bitch, you. Someone has sent me an email about soap. Would you like to see a video about my soap collection? I mean, fucking hell. I have got like a shit ton of soap. Vintage soap, you know? Like some fucking outrageous soap. I don't know if that just sounds like, would you like to see me stamp collection? But you know what I mean? I haven't got a stamp collection, by the way. Fuck me. But I don't know if that sounds incredibly like sad. But I have got like vintage soap collection. Most of them were like free with only like... We'd love to see a video of you using your soap. You cannot. That will be on my OnlyFans. Only ducks. Oh, I need to wear this, don't I? I really like the top note of this. So excited to use my Peace Marine today. But got Vanille Gallant in the mail. Yes, I've got Vanille Gallant as well. Pruning my feathers. That's right. You see, the soap would take off the oily film off my feathers. Need a super chat for that? No, I'm not going to start asking for super chats, for God's sake. Jesus. Need to try that yet again. Never used it before. It's really, really nice. So spicy on me. So spicy. Unicorn. What's a unicorn? What is a unicorn? I could show you some of my soaps. I've got, oh yeah, honestly, right, I swear to God, I've got an Egoist soap. And it's fantastic. I can't use soap. Skin doesn't like it. Yeah, again, is on me is Forest Floor and Castoreum. So my soaps literally just stays like a collection. Third Man is more timeless and abstract, yet again more dated, yet more striking and singular. It's a good way of putting it, Denby. I feel like I want to send Denby some samples of some stuff. That's what I feel. Get his opinion on some outrageous vintage. Denby once sent me a few mil of Lidge. And like the original Lidge, because he's got like a... He's got a big, massive vault of it. A vat. And I was like, yeah, I like it, but I'm not sure I would go out and like pay a big dollar for it. I will add to the haul. You should post a video. Do it. I'm going to subscribe to Denby. So he doesn't... Oh, I'm your first subscriber? Outrageous. Would you jump on a full bottle of Diaghilev for 650? I would stamp on a full bottle of Diaghilev for 650. I wouldn't buy it, though. Do you guys find a rocker bar dated? Not hugely. Doesn't matter if it's dated. If you like it, just wear it. My nose is very sensitive to incense, and Yatligan has incense in it. I don't think I can appreciate it as it was intended. Aha. I've got some stuff I'm sensitive to, but it escapes us at the minute. There's a couple of things that are literally just like, wow, I can't tolerate them. They're like tuberose. Like, really can't take tuberose. Yatligan is a Butch Leather Pine Castorium blend. It's a shame I can't get Eugene on here because I'm technologically inept. But also I don't have StreamYard. FCM 415. Just get Mitsuko. I wore Jiki on Monday and I was not happy. I was not happy. I wasn't impressed. The performance was fucking useless on us. And the vanilla in it absolutely fucking ruined the smell for us. Wasn't a fan. Get Mitsuko on the stream. Shite. I couldn't stand Monsieur when I noticed it smells like rum and coke in the opening. It does have a rum note at the top, like. Even at that price, I am hesitant to get Diaghilev. Don't get it. I have all kinds of Mitsuko vintage parfum included. I just really do like Diaghilev, though. Mitsuko EDP versus EDT, I would ask Eugene. I would defer to Eugene every time on that. Is third man wearable in hot weather? I don't know. We're about to find out. The patchouli in Monsieur is better than the fragrance. I think it's an incense fragrance. I think Monsieur is an incense fragrance rather than a patchouli. I must speak true. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Hey, Duck and all. Welcome, Flower Girl B. How are you? Oh, might have to take yous all. Might have to get yous all bubbled up so that I can go and lie down. How do you feel about bubbles? Do you like bubbles? Are you keen for bubbles? You had bubbles the last time. What a good time when I was lying down the last time. Have a look. I still have no idea how tuberose smells out of your cornflower, but I love jasmine. Nah, I can't stand it. Like, any chance, man. Hey! Booblers. Michael Bubbles. Mitsuko ADP for colder weather, never in the heat. I still have no idea how tuberose smells. Third man is heavy on clove, Eugen lol. Some people find it to be that cooling spice, others find it quite scratches. It depends on your preference. Alas, this is not a sausage fest anymore. That's the best fucking review of Monsieur ever penned. Monsieur is fantastic. The smell of dark emptiness is what Dementors would use in Harry Potter. Tiny bubbles in the wine. La la la. I'm a fan of the bubbles. Oh. Oh, dear me. Poronomoy. I don't know where to put this. The Lanaway de Lam. Where shall I put it? I don't know. Ah, Zhao. Yeah, buddy. How you doing? How now, Zhao? All right, hold on. I'm gonna say goodbye. Oh, you're on me peach sheet now. sore, very sore. How long have we been on for? Hour and a half. I've done quite well. So the other day, oh fuck off! Just knocked the bottle over. Nightmare. So the other day I wore Queer de Sheen on my wrist for a day, and I've changed my mind about it. I don't like it anymore. I'm no longer going to buy it. Unlucky for all the Queer de Sheen fans. Oh, sorry, I'm just absolutely stiff as a board now after having sat on that chair for so long. Ow. Take me tablets. Queer de shite. I wouldn't say it was queer de shite, but it's not. I don't know. I think I fell for the fruity top. It's very well made, but I don't want to. I could need a whole one. Just put it like that. I could need a whole one. Excuse me whilst I take tablets. Gonna get high on fucking stream. I'm sure there's a market for that. People getting high on stream. I'm not actually gonna get high on stream. I'm just taking painkillers. Oh. Right. I need to catch up with these comments while I've been dithering. Whoops. I'm trying regular showers. Put Lannoy de L'Homme on the bedside table next to the Barry White vinyl. Honestly, right? I swear to God, I have literally just put Lannoy de L'Homme on the bedside table. This is where all the action happens. While tuberose can be described as a more indolic jasmine sambac, creamy lactonic can be quite sharp into pissy territory, big white floral note. That's why I don't like it. Queer de shite. The hair mist of cornflower is so strong I would consider it as an EDP as well. What? Love Queer de Sheen, one of the best osmanthus notes I've ever smelled. Wouldn't say it's better than osmanthus Yunnan, but still. Who makes the osmanthus Yunnan? Somebody needs to make a farce of cornflower and call it corny flower. Corny flower. Osmanthus is an unsung underappreciated note. Rich is going to fall asleep on us. I am not. Lannoy de shite. There is no real Richard can like cornflower. That is correct. Bob knows me well. Queer de Sheen, an overdose of PC osmanthus with no leather whatsoever. Not for me. Yeah. I forgot Zhao got his Les Indomitables samples. He hasn't released a video yet. That is a video we all need. Hermescence, yes. I had a new set aside another bottle for me today. Ramsey's already started his next haul. He's already told us, but I forgot what it was. Oh, yes. Yes, I remember now. Excuse me. Paco Rabanne, Lannoy, 50ml EDP. Zhao, when are we getting this video? And when are we getting more live streams? Zhao used to do a late night live stream, like 1 o'clock in the morning job. It was fantastic. Osmanthus is leathery. Fruity lactonic too. Oh man, how can you not love the top of Lannoy? I don't know. This weekend, I will fix that this weekend. Okay, Zhao. It's not like Zhao is a working man or anything. How can anybody prioritize like life, work over fragrance? I just can't. I just can't. I just can't imagine. It's not like showers are working, man. I think it smells good, Bobby, but just not something I reach for anymore. So I got rid of it. He did. João de Ogobado Abagodo. The what? I don't know what that means. Do doodle doodle do. Oh, sorry. I'm just lurking. He is a lawyer. I know this. I'm just saying. I remember that scented moments was like in the legal professions. Brooklyn fragrance lawyer? Are you an attorney? He was a man of letters. I read somewhere once that the phenolic leathery aspect of osmanthus absolute doesn't come from the flower itself, but as a byproduct of fermentation during the distillation process. I gave it. I had it. I have it to a young guy. I gave it to a young guy at work with, and he loves it. I think it's an early 2020s fragrance, to be honest. Yeah, from what Zhao seems to be like. I bet he enjoyed Vanilla Van Muster Cell Rosa Jamal and Ambra Supreme. Don't tell anyone, Zhao. Keep it all secret for the video. All this talk of Lana Way makes me feel like we've taken a time machine back to 2017 YouTube. What about the bubbles? How do the bubbles make you feel, Galen? Zhao, what's Portugal like in the summer? I'll tell you what, I bet I could tell you what Portugal's like in the summer. Hot. Had to take the dog out for a walk and come back to bubbles. Oh. Look how they massacred my Lana Way. Enzo, you shouldn't be here now. So let's sue IFRA and EU. Bryce, so close. There's one that you mentioned that was a major disappointment on my skin. Margie Louise. Hey guys, I should be working, but nah. Good shout. My wife bought me a 200ml of Lana Way back in like 2010. It's okay. I bet that would go for a few quid now. Why are the bubbles on screen? Because I have had to lie down and my camera is somewhere else, so I've had to bring the camera to bed, put your face down, but I thought I would use the bubbles to keep you entertained. I'm in a meeting as we chat. That's pretty accurate description, Rich. Very hot indeed. Gee, I couldn't deal with the heat. I can barely deal with the heat in this country. In this country's freezing. Go to Sonora, Mexico, and if you want to enjoy 48 Celsius. There are places in Pakistan that get over 55 Celsius, which is too hot for humans to exist. Humans will die if they are exposed to 55 Celsius. It's around that sort of temperature that the human body can no longer like regulate its own temperature anymore. Like you can't sweat enough to like cool yourself down. Oh, Rich, glad you are resting. I'm in bed too, lol. Well, bed is the best place. We're all in bed with you, Rich. That's right, Michael John. Everyone's just, it's like one of them Japanese cinemas where everybody just like gets into bed with strangers and spoons and watches films. I'm tripping bubbles, bruv. What you wearing? 55 Celsius, a body bag. Is there any real Mexican food in the UK, Rich? Probably not. Gong la gong before it's too late. Nah. Time to hit the sack. Good night, everyone. Good night, Christoph. I'm pretty sure it's 55 Celsius every day where Joy Amin lives. He says himself that it's crazy hot after the winter. It's not 55 Celsius. 50 Celsius and a nice animalic oud. Yeah, fuck that. Wacko Jacko will be having an orgasm right now. Nah, he's not though, is he? Because he's dead. That is a shame. Then away. Won't see him no more. Does anybody still watch Jeremy? Like, I feel that, like, that sort of ship has sailed a bit, you know? Like, he had his chance, and it went. It's not ideal, is it? Reaching touching me, touching you, sweet Caroline. My phone's frozen. Not the one I'm streaming on. The one I'm using to read the chat. Give us a second. I will be back. Well, I'm not going anywhere, but you know. Anytime, phone. Anytime. Right. I'm nearly sorted. Does everyone like the thumbnail? It's Richie G's cat. I thought I would borrow it. Why is this phone acting this way? Why won't it just work? For fuck's sake. Right. Hold on. I have returned. So, Jeremy is a shadow of his former self. Yeah, well, don't do things. 1 million subscribers, no views. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers like that, especially in the fragrance community. Like, I regularly get like 500 views on my channel, but I've only got 830 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, that's a decent percentage. You see people with like 30,000, 40,000 subscribers get like 1,000 views. You know? It's mental. Haven't watched Jeremy for years. I've never been into watching Jeremy. Like, he had a little too much of that Miami snow. Yeah, but he wasn't. It was before he moved there as well. Like, you know. Jeremy, I think the most successful perfume from a YouTuber. I wouldn't have thought so. Successful in sales, maybe. I can't click out of Jeremy's videos fast enough. He recommends and then does a before you buy video a year later to not recommend buying, then plugs his brand instead. Shit, they're all crap. I watched his best discontinued fragrances video the other day. First video in a year I watched, and it's just him sitting in an office and he mentions 3 fragrances. Doesn't have them, no pictures. Jesus Christ. Fosk, gotta love the dude reads every comment verbatim. Carry on. I do. Have you already received Apex, Rich? Ah! Stop that. I have not and I will not be receiving it, although a lot of people in the UK seem to have. He threw a big dinner for everybody, didn't he? Gave them all 3 bottles. I saw Robin James post his video. Robin James is an alright bloke, like. But Persolaise was there as well. Love Persolaise. I wouldn't have been seen dead at that gig, like. I've got to be honest. I wouldn't go. If he asked us, I'd say no, thank you. Personally, I feel that was a mistake. He'll have his own reasons for going. It's fair enough. But it's just... So I'm fucking well behind on these comments. Let's try and catch up. Jeremy loves to delete some of his videos. I noticed. Yeah, well, I mean, so would you if you made some of the videos he made. What perfumes are people wearing? I'm wearing Pavarotti today. Season 1 of The Sopranos, I saw a bottle of Aramis on Big Pussy's dresser and got really excited. Signs that I'm an addict. Which Aramis, Fosco? The Night, Boy, Chanel. I got a bottle of Francesca Bianchi, Sex and the Sea. Neroli, first day, so I don't know yet. Of course, you should get a bottle of this. Oh my god, I love Boy. Question for all of you old farts. Was it common knowledge Jacko was a nonce during the late 80s, early 90s? It come as a surprise when the accusations first came out in the mid to late 90s. I'm 36, so I was like literally, I was born in 85. There were rumors in the mid 90s. It wasn't like Jimmy Savile. It wasn't that bad. But then it came and came and came. And when he bought off that kid instead of going to court, it's always a bad sign when they buy people off. Like Prince Andrew with that Virginia Giuffre. Why's he bought her off if he's got nothing? Why would you give her £12 million if you're innocent? Fuck off. Why buy people off? No chance. No. Absolutely not. Ridiculous. That fuck. I hope that fucker never shows his face again. I'm watching Lyric Man this evening. Hi Ramsey. Margie, how you going with your Eau de Soie bottle? I still need to try those Chanel, but hard to get to a good price. Which Chanel? Max 40 and School of Scent by their views. I agree. Ramsey, hi. Bobby, that was amazing. Sounded just like Clemenza. Yeah, I want to get my nose in Chorus so bad. It's such a good scent. You should have been here at the start. Porch timer. Lol. I've become addicted to that Chorus bass. Thanks, Doug. Apologies. My friend has a nice rug. You want it? If it wasn't for the reviewers talking about him, I've had no idea who Jeremy is. Yeah, he's not really part of the fragrance community anymore. That's just his foot in the door. You know? That's just his like excuse for like making a video. If that makes sense. Bob, I do still love Eau de Soie, but I'm on to different things this week. Joe, packaging for Apex is vomit inducing. Get shit. Ramsey, the Furios are sold out. I've got a 30mm of Furio. Spy and Mash. I unfortunately have a day job. Red Lessons did a comparison video between Apex and Elysium. Oh, God. He does what he's told him. I suppose he was the chef too at this dinner, made the meal himself. Oh, very good. My partner and I, Robin James at Liberty London a few years ago. Terribly nice bloke. It is insane. Literally everyone has received one yet. Sick. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The fuck is the point? How dare you deviate from the Sizzly this week, Margie? Sizzly's a great brand. Stephen is cooked. Yeah, he's finished. Apex is being compared to Sausage Elixir by someone on Instagram. theorist, I'll be the judge of that. Aramis Pour Homme tastes what's like the original Aramis. Is Roger sold to a big company or not yet? Not yet, but it will be, don't worry. You're not a fan of the colour of the bottle nor the letter font, it seems cheap. Yeah. Roger's skills as a perfumer only surpassed by skills as a host. Delicious dinner, amazing goodie bags, and this I've retracted all my previous critiques of the brand and the man. I, for one, welcome our new overlords. I really hope these YouTubers are getting paid for promoting all these fragrances. You've got a free bottle is not going to pay the bills. Do you know, Michael, that's something I say, right? Right? People will literally say anything for a free bottle, right? And I would say, in response to that, have you any ambition? Surely you're worth more than a fucking free bottle. I would be insulted if a brand turned around to me and said, "Oh, we'll give you like a free bottle of perfume if you'll say it's fucking this, that, or if you'll review it," with the implicit understanding that you're going to say nice things. You're going to sell yourself out for a fucking free bottle of fucking scent. You've got thousands of scents, like the ones we're talking about. They've got hundreds of fragrances. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck do you need another bottle of fragrance for? It's like nobody could believe what you fucking say. For a bottle of perfume, so what? Most of them just sell them on eBay anyway. Look at that Mr. Zayas. He was sent a free bottle of Zahara off something and then gave it to his friend who put it on eBay for him so he could get the money for it. It's bullshit. Shan't repeat what Eugene said about Mr. Zayas, but I agree with it. Sizzly, that JCA one, I have Sizzly number 3. Never tried the Soir. Oh, the Soir's lovely. No fruit cup for you. Just popping in to say hello. Hope you're well, Rich, and big up the channel. Hello, floating man. We've got some floating bubbles for you, floating man. I hope you're well. Thank you. Which Koros should I hunt down? Any of them? No. Sorry, I take that back. Any with silver shoulders. That's right. Koros Fraser. Body Koros, but it's not really got that sort of spirit of Koros. It's a different fragrance. Koros Eau de Sport. If you go on Raiders of the Lost Scent, you will be informed. It's where everybody else gets their information from. Stephen is cooked. You could go for a parfum score a Shaz of the Ritz if you want to get fancy, if you want to spend hundreds. Why will it haunt me, Eugene? Marge, you forgot about Kuros. Queer Beluga is what you want. No, it's not. Don't listen to Bob. I'd compare Roger's perfumery skills to the clerks at a Lagarbo counter. Well said. Is it a haunting fragrance? It is a haunting fragrance. I'd like to be haunted. Ooh. I think Zaharov caught some YouTubers selling decants of bottles. He'd sent them for free. Yes, he did. It wasn't decants. It was full bottles, I think. They'd sell their dead mother's ashes just for the chance to kiss Roger's purple velveted slippered feet. I bet he doesn't wear that in fucking real life. I bet he wears like fucking joggers and stuff when he's at home. You know? When he's not on screen, I bet he's proper shameless. Please don't insult Roger Bird. He's a creative genius. Eugene, got my nose on Celine's over the weekend. Amazing. Koros, I did a search on eBay, but no bottle with silver shoulders. That's because they're rare as fuck. 2 years ago, the lab opened a nice store in our huge mall. There's also when Eugene came out with his infamous vid, culling the whole line in 10 minutes. I started to like him permanently. Roger looks like a bejeweled Jiminy Cricket. Nice guy, though. The boutique lasted a year and a half. Roger is a forger. Jocks Max. Welcome, Jocks Max. I have never seen you before, but welcome. I hope you are well. Oh, my legs. Bob picks and chooses when he loves me and when he doesn't. Bob, that's not unconditional love. I've had a good couple of naps today, I should say. That was nice. Yeah, to be fair, Roger does seem like a pleasant man, sharing about the cynical marketing strategy, borderline intellectual property theft and lies. But the world we live in does reward such transgressions. I agree, to be fair. I have to call a nuke for the chorus. Pardon? Roger does seem like a decent bloke. Like you could have like talk with him but fucker, what he says and what he does are different things. I would not say Roger is a nice guy. Actually, for me, as a character, no idea how he is in real life. That's not a bad point either. Love me the way I deserve, Bobby Ono. Hearsay. What's hearsay interference? Hello, Bubble Duck. Hello, Michael Hollis. How you doing? Well, we're getting close. We'll do another 15 minutes or so. See how it goes. I'm getting pretty tired though. Roger, are you saying that you don't think that Roger's that way, the way that people seem to say he is, or the things that he seems to like, all the rumors and stuff that people talk about with him? You had 2 naps today and you're tired, Rich? Yes. That is the nature of what is wrong with me, unfortunately. Always tired, always sore. Just haven't seen real evidence. That's fair enough. That is fair. What on earth? Sorry, I've just entered my clipboard for no reason. I'm just trying to check the lead school. Ooh! Fucking Leeds, how? Leeds have come back from 2-0 down. They're winning 3-2. Fuck that. The hell are they playing at? What will be your bedtime scent, Rich? Probably this Kinski that I've sprayed on. Dark vetiver. Synthetic. I think that without proof we shouldn't have seen the worst of anybody. It's not a bad shout. I just have smelled enough of his fragrances, seen enough of his shtick to feel comfortable in saying that those fragrances weren't made by him, and that they're rip-offs of other fragrances. Cool cat. Hello, Eric Lee. It's late. You can be tired. People make me tired. Yeah, people make me tired as well. He was in hospitality positions his entire career, it seems. Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen that episode in The Rich and the Famous where the millionaire is showing off his Roger bottles? No. Damn it, you should copyright Leave Roger Alone. Are we moving to Mr. Smelly Stream? We are not moving to Mr. Smelly Stream. You can move to Mr. Smelly Stream. Scentland has similar taste to yours, Mitch. Well, what you should really say is I have similar taste to Scentland's because I've said this before. Scentland is probably the second biggest influence on my fragrance taste that there has been. I've bought a few fragrances off Scentland and I've talked to them extensively. I really respect his nose and his passion for vintage stuff. Bob sounds like Swift sniff Queer Beluga. You don't need to sniff Queer Beluga. It's bullshit. I'm just kidding. I'm just winding Bob up. That's Queer Beluga is very fine. I always think of beluga whales and their squashy heads. I don't get the other bottle, Margie. It's my get the newer presentation, which I cannot afford now. Leeds are making a hella comeback against Wolves. Yeah, I've just seen. Mr. Smelly's stream quality is entirely decided by his guest panel. Yes, you know why that is, don't you? Sometimes a nice pleasant chat about Fragcom. Other times it's like staring at the void. I think interference. What's her name again? Interference. Scentland is an OG. Roger was a master marketer. I bought 100 ml of oud and it is awful. Rose, and more rose for like 2 hours. There are better fragrances than this. Absolutely. I know G also likes a lot of $15 synthetic cheapies like Police. That's not a bad shout either. Chris does like what Chris likes. Some of the stuff he'll put out there and you're just like, whoa. But then at the same time, he once reviewed Tommy Hilfiger Freedom, and that is a fragrance I fucking loved, but years ago. You know? I think he likes the fragrances that remind him of a certain time of his life. And I do that as well, you know? So there's nothing wrong with that. I've never smelled the Police fragrance I liked particularly, though, I must admit. I was thinking of Beluga Caviar, although it doesn't come from Wales. No. Does it come from Scotland? Lol. Sorry, that was a Poland. I don't understand why anyone would watch a stream that's speculating on how to get views, but I'm watching Bubbles at the moment and loving it. The idea behind the bubbles, right, is so that you don't necessarily have to watch. You can listen. If you want to chat in the chat, then chat in the chat, and the chat's part of the stream. So it's good, but I think that it's about 6 months ago, Smelly's patter, his fucking content, it just turned to shit. And because Dan was I used to love watching Dan's stuff because he's into vintage fragrances and stuff as well. But what the fuck? The only people who fucking enjoy and need drama are people who don't have personalities of their own. Fucking hell, man. Because when it's drama, somebody's always got to pay. And it's not financial. Someone's got to pay with their reputation. Somebody's got to pay with their fucking emotional well-being. Somebody's got to pay with fucking embarrassment or their feelings. But somebody has to pay. And if you're the one who's benefiting from that, you're a cunt. Sorry. but it's true. It's just bad all round. Fucking parasitic is what it is. What the fuck? Excuse me whilst I pour water. So I find it just much better to have a fucking personality and talk to people like they're fucking human beings and not be a fucking bellend. And then we can all take from and give what we want. Oh, dear. West Ham bubble. Ooh, no, not them kind of bubbles, surely. Rich, do you not like Ensar Oud or not your style? They're incredibly expensive, and I'm not sure I'm that big into oud. I tried these two by Bortnikov, and I genuinely need to like spend some good time with these fragrances and like understand them. Because it's well out of my, what Americans call wheelhouse. It's out of my comfort zone. 30 in the chat with no host. Outrageous. That's right. Oh, I got you, Bob. I like a smidge of vanilla, but not too much. Just vanilla. I've really turned on vanilla. Rich, do you like Ensar? No, sorry, I've answered that. Oh, shit, I had it on mute. Oh, very good. My favourite fragrances are made usually from 2004 to 2007, large majority of them. That's interesting. It's a podcast. Yeah. Podcast mode initiated. Yeah. I've said this to Galen and Thomas and Eugene. We've got like a WhatsApp group, and I've said to them we should do it. I mean, to be fair, it's about we're spread across 8 different time zones. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's 8 hours between me and Galen. So getting an actual podcast recorded would be a nightmare. But I've thought, the Les Odorants one's really good. I've always thought a fragrance podcast would be a good idea. The thing with podcasts is you can just put them down and crack on with your day. You know what I mean? And that's what I tend to do. I don't tend to watch like quite a lot of things. I just listen to them, really. Found my love for the radio again a few years ago. And podcasts are great. Like, so I like that sort of thing. And I like making the type of content that I'm into, because what happens is when you do that, when you make content that you would like to see, it attracts like-minded people. It's a good filter. I would like to know how guys who get so many compliments are home alone every Friday and Saturday night. That's a very good fucking point as well. Exactly. Like, seriously, like on that point from Galen, if I wanted to watch fucking middle-aged lonely men getting pissed, I would go to the fucking social club on a Friday and a Saturday. You know what I mean? Jesus. Exactly. I'd rather watch C-SPAN 3 than YouTube fragrance drama discussion. Exactly. He started hanging out with a Rolex pontiff. Fuck him and all. Once he went to the Fury of the Fragrance World or whatever it is, the Crown and stuff, I was like, I'll watch with Chris on. It's a shit gimmick. Archibald III. Because piercing compliments is the symptom of their woes, not the cause. Ooh. Well said, Alan. Adam D shall recommend a good podcast to me. I'm on tenterhooks. I await your recommendation, Squire. Don't say fucking Joe Rogan for all the fucking love of God. If I wanted to see a bald man getting angry about the state of the world, I'd talk to myself in the mirror. Do you like any Killian fragrances? I kind of dig Straight to Heaven. Do you know, I really did like a few Killian fragrances when I was first introduced to the brand. The problem I've got with Killian fragrances is the price. It's a lot of money for 50 ml, that. And the Killian stand was always next to the Frederick Marl stand, and I got like sucked away from the Killian fragrances by the Marls, and I ended up buying loads of Marls instead. There is a couple that I really like, Black Phantom, but it falls apart in the base. And Alan Hanson's got a good point as well. They do seem to be getting watered down. There's one of them. Is it Vodka on the Rocks? Vodka on the Vodka on the Rocks is quite good. Bill Burr. Monday Morning Podcast. Who's Bill Burr? Still, I own 2 of them. Yeah, I don't like the marketing either. Bosco's spot on, like. Talk about price. Do you have anything from Ensaro? No, I don't. The thing with Killian is that can be a little bit synthetic, and the prices are still massive. You know? Scent of the day, L'Instant de Galant. Good scent of the day, George Silva. Welcome, George A. Silva. Jorge. I beg your pardon. Sorry if I'm murdering your name. Hello, Mitch. Rochas man beats Killian. To be fair, Roberto Musitano, a regular, has returned. How are you, Roberto? Rochas man beats Killian. Is that right? I don't think I've got that Rochas man. Is that Rochas man the one that's shaped like an upside down lava lamp? Or a right way up lava lamp? I can't remember. If anything could fall apart in the base, it would be something like Black Phantom. It makes sense. Yes. Lovely to be here. Hello. Killian is a brand that never caught my attention. Too overpriced for what they offer. Yeah, I agree with that. Do you have any vintage Pierre Cardin? I've got Enigme. Someone was talking about that the other day. It is fantastic. Eugene has gone through the transition and is now a bottle of Habit Rouge EDT. Who's an American stand-up comedian. Aha. Can you call me Squire? Yeah, I can, yeah. I'm not going to, but I can. Scent of the day, Profumum Aroma Audace. Evening all. Hello, Barry from Centralized. Welcome. I tried Killian Le Vert last time I was shopping. Yeah, I thought that was quite good. It was one of the few interesting things I tried, though. Pretty linear and expensive as hell. $4 a mil. It's not cheap, is it? Julian Raskin finally got recognized for Royal Oud. Yes, Pierre Bourdon finally got recognized. Was it for Silver Mountain Water? I hope they're going to give him it for Green Irish Tweed. Green Irish Tweed's the one that I really want to see. Out of all of them, for some reason, I really feel as though I want Green Irish Tweed to be credited to Pierre Bourdon. I really want him to get the credit he deserves. So I was still deciding what to wear now as my scent of the day. Killian do have the GOAT fragrance name, though. Let's settle this argument like adults in the bedroom naked. Yeah, oh, God. That's it. That's another reason Denby's just reminded us I can't be owning fragrances named shit like that. Like Baby Cat. Baby Cat by YSL. See that little short by Rudy that he made? Where he was like, haha, look at this. YSL's got a fragrance called Baby Cat. And it was like, they've got a what? No, they don't. And then I looked and I was like, Christ almighty, they do. And I was like, I don't know what I thought. I was just couldn't believe it that a brand would be so stupid. And the notes look brilliant. The notes look absolutely phenomenal, like. But there's absolutely no question of buying a fragrance called fucking Baby Cat. No. What you wearing? Hey there, babe. What you wearing? Baby Cat. Bye. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Julian Raskin, now I understand why I like Royal Oud that much. I wore Royal Oud last week. It was really nice. Catherine is here. Another friend of the channel. How are you? Scent of the day, Synthetic Jungle. Second day in a row. Ooh. Does that mean you're enjoying it, Catherine? Yeah, YSL Baby Cat sneakers with the leopard print on them. Well, I mean, they should have stayed there. There can be no question of me buying a fragrance called Baby Cat. I've no doubt in my mind that it'll do really well. Barry says, thoughts on Caron pouring on? It's not for me, Barry. That vanilla spoils it for me. If you like vanilla, you'll really like a powdery lavender. Literally on Wednesday, I gave Richie J a bottle of that, my vintage bottle of Caron pouring on. I gave Richie J it. He was here earlier. I think he's gone to bed now. Richie J's another one of those people who has a job, like a full-time job, and like has to do all sorts of the work, you know. Bless him. So like if there's any like fragrances I've got that aren't going to sell for like hundreds of pounds, I end up just giving them to Richie J usually. And like Caron pouring on, I had a vintage and I thought, sod it, give him it. The next perfume by YSL is to be titled Doorknob Pasta. The whole line is named after their clothing line. Baby Cat, part of the clothing line. Honestly, I mean, why are you calling a pair of shoes Baby Cat? I just think it's a bad name. I think the name is working anyway. It's getting talked about. How many of the others outside of Tuxedo get talked about? Kaban, Kaftan. There's one of them that I thought wasn't evil. Interference has got a good point as well. I think the name is working anyway. I think that's a good point. That is a good point. Well made. You have some local mates here on stream. Nice. Kitten would have been better. I was in Selfridges today and was going to get Tuxedo, but they were out and waiting. Issues with glass storage. I'll see if it's in my local department store if you want, like, Barry. I'll get it to send you if you like. Interference. I happen to own that line. Really? What, like the clothes or like all the fragrances? YSL tried to copy Chanel by creating a product range of fragrance with the same name. Unfortunately, despite the Leon not being Chanel's best, it's a hell of a lot better than Baby Cat. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I mean, I'm a big man. You know, I'm like 6'2". I weigh like 250 pounds. I've got no hair. I cannot be admitting to wearing a fragrance called Baby Cat, man. Come on. Dear me. I can't get Baby Sharks on my mind when hearing Baby Cat. So true. He fucking posted that comment twice. Might have to buy the sneakers along with the fragrance. Oh, interference is a YSL stan. To be fair, that would be a good way of like disguising the fact that you'd bought like Baby Cat. Oh, I got it with the sneakers. You know. I bought the fragrance with me sneakers. It came as like part of a deal. Montal and Montserrat have the worst names for their fragrances. I would say Killian. But I mean, Montal and Montserrat, if you've read The Ghost Perfumer, you know not to buy off that man. Dodgy man. Dodgy man. Had with 3 different names, hasn't he? Had to move from country to country to get away from certain things. Currently residing in the Netherlands. Came with the sneakers. Anyone try Bulgaria's exclusive line? Bulgari. No, I haven't. And can you wear Baccarat Rouge 540, sexy duck? I don't really care for Baccarat Rouge 540. I am, and I've heard other people say this, I'm one of those people who doesn't get a very strong smell from Baccarat Rouge 540. No love for Loewe Essentia. I absolutely love a Loewe Essentia. I've got about 3 bottles of Essentia and Pour Homme. Fantastic fragrances. What do you like better, Eugene? Chanel or Celine? Chanel. Alberto was behind those Bulgaris. Yikes. See, I told you it was Chanel. It's quite good and we'll probably purchase in the next sale. No, better than a bargain, though. Falcar is good. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm not finished yet, don't worry, I won't go, but I do need to go to the bathroom. Eugene, make sure no one leaves. To be fair, the views usually go up when I haven't spoken for a while. I'll run away. You know, you don't realise until you stand up again after being sat on that bloody chair, not the toilet, just the chair. Oh, just how fucked it fucks you. Oh, dear me, I'm weak. Oh, such a big unit. I am weak. Welcome back. What views go up when Richard pisses? It's true. Excuse me whilst I dehydrate. That's right. Yes, manly sense. I must admit, I did. I didn't think that when I said it. I will go play with my friend Cat. Meanwhile, woof. The duck is dehydrated. Rich, make a sandwich on stream. After the last stream, I did go and make a couple of peanut butter sandwiches, which was nice. Rich is actually streaming on stream. That's true, Eugene. The views do go up when I go to the toilet. It's absolutely disgraceful. Like, I'm sure people just anyone tried Daniel Hector Caractere? I've got that as well. I have. I quite like it. When are you getting a new chair? I might purchase myself a new chair. I was thinking about getting a chair and a desk because then I could lean on the desk, which would take the weight off my spine. You see, but it's difficult. It's difficult to like get it past. Excuse me. Like, it's not my house, so filling it with furniture isn't like I was lucky to get the chest of drawers in that I got like. So maybe I could get a desk. I don't know. I could get a chair though. I could get a chair without having to ask. because I could just throw the chair that I've got out. My favourite word for urinate is micturate, and I love to chart it. Excuse me whilst I micturate. Views go up when the duck wheeze. It's true. It's true. It's outrageous. That is not a great. It's not a great. It's not a great advert for this channel. Like, where'd you make a sandwich? I've said that. Any of us pricks move? Yes, I've seen that as well. When are you getting a new chair? Hopefully, a new chair will become a reality. Excuse me. Hopefully, a new chair will become a reality at some point. I never make the statement for Christ unless they're crazy hot. Oh God. That sounds like, I'll tell you what, Denby, that sounds like a Killian perfume. Get yourself a donut to sit on. I'd burst the donut. I need a bowl. That's what I need. I was talking to me physio. I never make the same mistake twice unless they're crazy hot. Danby, I hope you're taking the piss. I mean, you can totally believe it, but I do hope you're taking the piss. Now I want to try my first Killian. I want an overpriced bad perfume. There are plenty of overpriced bad perfumes out there. I will be a good duck. I try to look after me back. I do my physio every day, because when you don't do it, you feel it. Some like if I don't do it for a few days, then like I feel it. That is an actual name, is it? Oh my God, that's so poverty. That is so tacky. How hot is Denby? How hot is hot Denby? I imagine Denby is hot. This Kinski's strange. Very strange. Very different. I need to do a super chat fundraiser to buy Richard a Craftmatic adjustable bed. Do you wear supports for your back? No. No, I don't. I want to keep that shit away from me back for as long as I possibly can. When you start wearing supports and things like that for your back, you usually have to wear them like forever, because once you start wearing the supports, if you stop wearing them, your back's become conditioned to wearing them, so you can't do anything without them. Does that make sense, Barry? So I want to try and stay away from stuff like that for at least another 10 years. And just utilize the back I've got while you know what I mean? I do know what you're saying, though. It's not that I wouldn't. If it got to the point where I had to, I would wear it, like. So hot, they write poetry if they broke up with you. Oh, dear me. You're absolutely right about that, Rich. Like, start using glasses, your eyes get worse with the time. Well, I mean, if you need to start wearing glasses, then your eyes are obviously on their way to getting worse anyway, you know what I mean? But it's try to do without. I already use a stick. I wear a weightlifting belt when working in the garden. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Maybe it's for like certain activities and stuff, but the problem with my back, yeah, it gives it the bit of support if I need it. No, I totally understand that. I do get that. For certain activities and stuff, it's a good idea. But it's just my back is like shit all the time. It's so bad all the time. It's crap. I need to start doing more walking, you know? Like lift and stuff for me is like totally out the question. It's a proper kick. It's a proper kick, like lifting any kind of weight, not weights, but like weight. I had to help the bloke the other day, like when I got me chest of drawers. I had to help him like carry it up the stairs and stuff like that. Man, I fell up the stairs. I fell up the stairs twice and actually dropped the thing on my leg, which I didn't feel until I got into bed that night. and like I turned on my side, and like both my legs, like one was on top of the other, and I was like, I was like, what the hell is that on my leg? I don't know what I thought I'd done. I was like, what the hell is that on my leg? Took us about 5 minutes to realize, oh yeah, I forgot I dropped the I dropped that bloody chest of drawers on my leg. Oh, hey. The thing is that I can probably like to a point I can physically do things. It's later on that I get like that I suffer like the after effects when the painkillers start to wear off. You know, I once had this painkiller called Nefapam. I don't know if I've told you about this. I probably have. The stuff was absolutely like seriously, like they've stopped prescribing it to people now because it's so mad. It sort of divorced you. It was like one of those painkillers that worked by like changing your like perception of like reality, sort of like ketamine does. You know, like when they're resetting people's legs, they give people like ketamine. This Nefapam sort of worked in the same sort of way. And I was driving on it, which is just looking back on it, there was absolutely no way I should have been driving on this stuff. And I eventually stopped myself. And then there was another time where I tried to walk through a door which was closed, thinking that it was open, but it wasn't. It was closed. It was definitely closed. There was another time when I didn't kick something on purpose, but like I stubbed my toe really hard on something. And I didn't realize until that night that not only had I broken my toe, but I'd like badly lacerated it as well, because my sock wouldn't come off my foot. And it was like welded to my foot, because obviously like my foot had been like bleeding, and like I just absolutely no idea that I'd done it. It was a sensational painkiller, but it was lunacy. Literally, somebody said there, Fear and Loathing in Newcastle. That is what it was like. It was properly mad as fuck. Crazy stuff. It was a sensational painkiller, though. Seriously. Have you tried one of those power yogas to strengthen muscles that you wouldn't even know about? I would have to start off in such a small way with yoga. The thing is, as well, the thing is with like yoga, since it's like my conditions, like rheumatoid, I get tired really quickly. Like that's another like facet of it. I know somebody else who's is it a mother or is it a grandmother? They've got like a rheumatoid condition. No, it's not. It's a mother. And when we were younger, she was in her 40s. And her mother used to sleep 16 hours a day, like, bless her. 16 hours a day she was sleeping. One of my best friends growing up was 6'2" and developed a bad back, became dependent on opioid painkillers, not in a good state. I used to take opioid painkillers, but I'm at the point with me back where I would rather tolerate some pain than be pain free with opioids. I'd rather go without opioids and have some pain than be back on opioids. I used to be on opioids. I was on opioids for years. And I had an operation which cleared up the pain, and it allowed us to drop the painkillers like just like a stone. Just stopped using them. And I just stopped using them somehow. Apparently it's apparently with opioids, right, and painkillers in general, if you're taking them for actual physical pain, if you're taking opioids and any pain medication for physical pain, it's a lot easier to come off them, right? than it is if you're taking opioids for like recreational use, because it's to do with like the reinforcement, and it's to do with the way that your brain works. It knows that it's not taking them for a laugh, because nobody really enjoys taking opiates unless you're taking them to like for enjoyment. Does that make sense? So if you're taking them for pain, when the pain goes away, it's easy to stop taking them. But if you're taking them for enjoyment, right, even when the enjoyment goes away, you still need to take them. I forget what it's called. It's a particular psychological phenomenon. I can't remember what it's called. I was talking to a pain management specialist about it. I was like, because I was telling him, I was like, oh, like I found it really easy to stop taking codeine and stuff. I was like, I felt a bit shitty for about 3 or 4 days, but after I stopped taking it, even the morphine as well, I was taking morphine for years. You know, I was taking morphine daily for fucking about 3 or 4 years. I felt like shit for about a week, if that. And then that's it. I was off it. And I never fucking went back to it. I was sit with I've got a bottle of morphine next to my bed, full, unopened. Don't need to use it. Don't ask the doctor for it. Don't think about it. Doesn't bother us in the slightest. Because I only ever use that if it goes nuclear. And that, even then, that's to get us to hospital. Like if I needed it, like if I was in such a state that I needed, was you on Oromorph? Yeah, I was, yeah. I was on Oromorph for about 3 or 4 years. Like I was on Oromorph constantly because it just couldn't sort the back out. And what happened is I had an operation. Alan Hansen might know what this operation's called. It's called rhizolysis. And they burned some nerves in my spine. And I was, after about 3 weeks, I was pain-free for the first time in the best part of 10 years, and it was miraculous. Honestly, and I just dropped the fucking painkillers with the greatest of ease. You know what I mean? Crazy. Doctor, me GP was like, wow, that's really impressive. I was like, mate, honestly, I was like, it's the easiest thing in the entire world. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Now I'm addicted to fucking water. Oh, I'm getting old. I'm going soft in my old age. Adderall does not burn out your pleasure center in the brain like meth does. I'm familiar with that operation in name only. Well, I had, what was it? I had 12 9-inch electrodes inserted into my spine, and they burned using radio frequency waves. These little nerves that go in between your, I wasn't healed. No, what happened was, they went in, they just all right. So this operation, right, is that it's where they just put in like these really long needles that are like hollow, and they put like an electrode down through the needle, and they burn using radio frequency, like the nerve endings in the spinal column that are telling you like that your back's like in pain. After that operation, I wasn't healed, no, but I was able to do physio, which helped massively. Because what happens is if you're in pain with your back, you can't do the physio because that makes it even worse. So what they've got to do is they've got to break the pain cycle. And that's what I got. And it worked. And I did physio. And then what happened is, again, since the rheumatoid condition and it's like systemic, it sort of like, it came back in a different way. I was undiagnosed with the ankylosing spondylitis. It usually takes about 8 years to get diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. And that's how long it took. It took me 8 years to get diagnosed with it. And now I am on immunosuppressants, which work. My back's not getting any worse anymore, so that's good. So I'm sort of just stuck in this sort of like weird sort of limbo. But I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm a lot better. I'm a fuck's sake better than I'm a fuck's sake better than I was, and I am not as bad as some people. If you want to see somebody who's in a really bad state, check. Go onto YouTube and put in Chinese folded man. He's got the same condition I've got, but his went untreated for 30 years. Chinese folded man. I'll see if I can get the thing. Have a look. The poor sod. Rarely do I feel sorry for other people, but bloody hell. Have a look at this. Just click on that and have a look at the bloke. He's got the same thing I've got. Roberto Musitano, no help from cortisone injections. Yes, but it didn't last. And I like doubled in size. Literally, because when you have like cortisone injections, you just get massive. What's his name? Origami. I mean, fucking hell, it could be. Sounds like some video that would affect my sleeping pattern tonight. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he has the give him surgery. Bless his mother. His mother's a fucking saint, like, because she looked after him this whole time. But literally, his nose is pressed up against his thigh, and he can't straighten up. And that's like the same thing I've got. His is obviously much more severe than mine, and it's been untreated. But I've got a little bit of a curve in my back. Madness. Gotta feel bad for people like that, you know, like the people who are like genuinely unwell. Oh dear. How long have we been going for now? It's got to be kicking on for 3 hours, hasn't it? Origami is a Japanese art. It certainly is. As is kintsugi. Kintsugi. It's beautiful, kintsugi. The art of appreciating something that is broken and healed. 2.5 hours, Jesus. I don't know if we'll go on for any longer. Or much longer. Ramsey done a video tonight. I'll have to go back and watch this. Clive Christian and l'artisan parfumier family portrait. But he's got a lot of perfumes, hasn't he? He's always doing family portraits. How interesting. Are you all enjoying Ramsey's channel? It's nap time. Take care, Michael Harness. Human Centipede, what a film. No, 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 no. Leave that well alone. Dear me. I try saying slim. Yeah. I've lost like about 15, 18 pounds in the last 4-6 months. So I'm feeling better, but I don't know if there's like any amount of weight I could lose. What do you want a link for? I put up a link, mate. If you scroll up, Les Odorance's amazing podcast. You've lost 2.5 stone? No, I've lost about wrist and shoulder for me, mostly from lifting heavy. Yeah, that'll do it. I've lost about 1.5 stone. Put a link up, Rich. All I get is Gordon fucking Ramsay. If you put if you scroll up, I've put a link, Barry, or I can send you a link on WhatsApp after we're finished. I found Eugene channel first, then your channel and Ramsay. They were the that was the order that I found the channels. Oh, I'll put a link. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. All I can see is Gordon fucking Ramsay. Give us a second. I've got it here. Ramsay says he keeps his shit in a safe that is one large Brinks box. That is true. He does keep them in a safe. I've seen the picture. Sorry, typo. I have lost 1.5 stone. Thank you, Alan. And that's all without doing fucking sorry for swearing so much as well. If people are offended, say, and I will try to swear less. That is all without doing a lot of exercise as well. But that is a link for Ramsay's channel if anybody wants to, and who wouldn't? You know, if anybody wants to go and subscribe, please do. Imagine him found a footage of Ramsay playing for Rangers. Ramsay, we want a perfume collection tour. You've just got to watch his family portrait playlist. Only Christian I have is Rock Rose. I haven't got any Christian. I don't think they're. Please stop swearing. Shut the fuck up. Eugene, please stop fucking swearing. Okay, I will check that out. All you've got to do is check his family portrait playlist, and it would just be his entire fucking collection. To be fair, although if he wanted to do one of those type of videos, I wouldn't say no. Ramsay, do you feel like doing a huge what do you call it? A family portrait tree? A family portrait tree? A family, like a huge family portrait of your entire collection? Beg your pardon? Oh, it will be impossible with my current setup. I'm building a new office that will be up and coming in the next month or so. He is. He's also got a light, and I'm very jealous. I just noticed as well, Ramsay's got 676 subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers. Oh dear. I'm getting tired now. Even though I'm lying down. See, Joy Amin's been releasing some videos. What's he been doing? Joy Amin does some thought videos where he'll like sit and like discuss like what's on his mind and that. I quite like watching them sometimes. I don't know. Where are we? Ramsay buying subs. What's the point of doing a family portrait when you've got a new audition every week? Spy and Mash, I had that problem. I was gonna do I did my YSL family portrait because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be buying any different YSLs than the ones I've got. But there's been a couple of times where I've done a family portrait and literally bought something from that line like the next week. Like a couple of times. I've only done 5. I think I did it with Mugler. And then I did it with was it Tower? I don't think it was Tower. I was going to get Sundowner, but I think I've changed my mind. Who was it? Serge Luton. Serge Luton. I ended up buying Miel Dubois literally the week after I did it. I was like, ew. Yeah, thank you, Bob. Enjoyed watching the old YSL stuff. Yeah, I would get rid of me of YSL discontinue Blue Electric already. It's either that or they have got supply chain issues. Will you and Eugene do a stream again together soon? Yes, I've been thinking of harassing Eugene to do that. I've been thinking of harassing Eugene to do that, but it just hasn't happened. I've been doing streams on this channel. Plus, I get really tired, like earlier at night now. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I have had my fourth vaccine, like my fourth coronavirus vaccine about 4 weeks ago. And every time I have one of the vaccines, because of the nature, like because of rheumatological means that it's like an immune system like problem. And every time I have a vaccine, it puts us on my arse for like 2 months. So I've been going to sleep before like 12 o'clock at night here. And obviously Eugene needs to stream like Eugene streams like later than that. I need to stream earlier than that. So it hasn't been, but what I'm thinking is I'm starting to feel a bit better now. So I might harass Eugene to do a stream next week. Just depending on the day. Depends how I feel. The thing is as well is that we never plan them. Like we never plan them. That's like one of the best parts about them. Like also I like seeing other people go on. Like you had Christoph on. I like seeing other people go on with like Eugene. It's quite interesting. Like he's had some like different guests talking about different topics. Woozy goes on there. Houdini. Although Houdini comes on when I'm on. I think Eugene likes to talk to like different people as well. I quite enjoy watching him talk to different people as well. So it depends how I'm feeling, really. Yay! We want Chris to win the stream. We do want Chris to win the stream. That would be nice. I'd like to see just Crystal making videos again, even if it wasn't on stream. Crystal was another massive influence on me taste. Eugene does like an impromptu stream. Eugene has mad interviewing skills. I like those interviews that we did with Gabe and then Remy as well. They were good. The one with Gabe was really good. The stream that he did from Enchanté was dead good as well. I think the Le Parfumier one was like has been like my favorite one to be involved in so far, just because it was just one thing after another, and everybody was really into it, and it was exciting. Yes, Margie, you were on there as well, weren't you? Margie, you haven't made any videos for a while. Do you not feel like making any videos soon? Gabe was a good guest. Gabe was an easy guest. You just say hello to Gabe, and then like 10 minutes later, he's like, hi. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you can talk, which is good for a guest, because that's what you want, isn't it, you know? What you got in the pipeline, Margie? Hang on, work calling. Oh, Saved by the Bell. They want to know why she's not doing any work. Gabe was great. Is Rob's away still doing videos? Doesn't look like it. He hasn't done a video for a long time. Gabe acting. Gabe acting? What do you mean, Gabe acting? I wonder if Gabe will write another perfume book. Margie was a great guest as well. I didn't catch all of that one. My legs are on fire. That's strange. Margie had great energy. Ow. What time is it? I'll do another 15 minutes, get to 3 hours. Mind, I did say that an hour ago about getting to 2 hours. So yes, I will do another 15 minutes, get to 3 hours. Confession time. Sometimes I play a random Eugene stream to have a nice background sound to fall asleep. I do that with ASMR. There's like a couple of ASMR channels that I could, like, some of them, like, I can't listen to certain forms of ASMR, you know, like the crinkly ones and stuff like that. It's bollocks. Move about, Rich, walk around. My legs have been on fire. I've just literally just mentioned it. Like, my legs have been on fire all day. Like, found my chorus finally. Should be in here in a week in case you guys want to know. Ah, which one? Which one are you getting? Oh, mother dog. I do this all the time. Yeah. Should invite Roger on a stream. I don't know. I don't know if Roger would come on. Poor legs. It feels like lactic acid, but it's not. You know, like when, you know, like the next day you wake up when you've been doing like walking or running or like something you haven't done for a while and your legs are like stiff and moving, but it's like this, imagine the heat from that. What does it say on the bottom, Omar? What's the script on the bottom say? The loop experience, love Roger, we recommend a wearing a name on his summer because it projects more. I don't know who that is. That's another thing about the fragrance community. There's no sense of community to it. You know, like Frag.com. It's not really Frag.com. It's more just like Frag. You know? Eugene streams are like a community. These streams are a bit like a community. You know, like there seems to be like a community for each. Fibromyalgia is an absolute kick. Yeah. It's not much fun, is it? I think that's what my mate's mother had, actually. I was talking about that before. Rich, did you all watch those videos where Roger was actually creating perfume, explaining how each ingredient contributes to the formula and which types of ingredients do which? Yep, I saw the one where he made the scent of money. I don't deny that he has some knowledge of ingredients and how things work, but he's not. I don't believe for a second that he's a perfumer, mate. Maybe pre-2013, Fragcom was more of a community just because of a few reviewers at that time. I totally agree, Spaced Out. You're totally right. It was much more of a community. Everybody was a lot closer. Everybody was More friendly, maybe. It wasn't as competitive. It's probably a better interference. Have you ever read the Ghost Perfumer book where they talk to Sylvan? Is it Sylvan Delacour? The one with the flask and graduated cylinder? I don't know. I know the one where he's talking about the scent of money for the Times. The Times get in touch with him and they ask him to make like a fragrance which represents the scent of money, the old paper £10 notes. And he starts talking about ingredients and stuff like that. But if you read The Ghost Perfumer and you ask, yeah, I should say is Roger's not a perfumer, yeah. That seems to be the consensus. Because he worked under her. She was the creative director, I want to say. I'm going off a thing here because I gave me book to Greggy boy. And he still hasn't read it. That's the whole reason I gave him it, man. I gave him it so he could read it and then we could talk about it. And he hasn't read it. He's a busy man, though, to be fair. He's decanting all day. Right, excuse me. Whilst I eat chocolate. He's in Streamwell next week. I'll see if I can catch him someday. Rex, this is what it says on the bottom. Yves Saint Laurent Perfumery Sedex. It's a Gucci PPR version. It's a good one. You'll be happy with that. She was actually saying that of all the noses where perfumers except Roger, it's actually a compliment because she was saying that despite him not being a perfumer, he created those fragrances. She never said that he wasn't the creator of those fragrances. He may have been the creative director of those fragrances. That's what he is, I think. The same as Olivia. Well, I mean, Olivia Creed. Maybe he's just a good fragrance evaluator. I don't want it to seem as though I'm like fucking being. Well, maybe say I'm being a dick, but I'm not trying to be a dick. Maybe I am actually being a dick without trying to be a dick. It's a natural talent, as I'm sure you can work out. I just feel that way about Roger. I just think there's something a little bit snake oil salesman about him. But at the same time, it's your taste. It's your money. And if you want to buy them, you buy them. Aye. So if you're happy with it, it's your money, it's your thing. I'm just talking through the other side of the coin. It's all good. Yeah. No, I get you. I don't want to stop you from doing that either. I wouldn't want anyone to ever feel as though they couldn't say that. Even though I can be quite dismissive and quite thingy. I would always rather hear the other side of the fucking thingy because you never know when someone's going to make a fucking brilliant point, like, you know, save you from like if someone like say if you're like completely adamant as I am about a lot of things, like be completely adamant. I've just found a Marc Antoine Barbois fragrance. Sorry, if you're completely adamant about something and you're going all the way in, and somebody fucking makes a brilliant point about something, stops you making a complete dick of yourself. You know what I mean? It's spot on. Oh, I beg your pardon. Back in the day, I wonder if YSL did more revenue than Dior, etc. I imagine there was a time when they did more money than Dior. Maybe it's in the 70s, 80s. Thank you guys. I'd take a call. Pipeline. I'm back. Hello. Margie is back. Margie, did you tell us what you were wearing today? Fragrance wise? Sorry. I think she did, actually. I've been too lazy to film another video. Stop that. Opium sold a lot. Opium continues to sell a lot. I've actually got a vintage of Opium coming. I'm paying quite a lot of money for it as well. I've got a partial of the inbuilt sprayer, the original Charles of the Ritz one. I've already got one of them, but I've got another one coming off. Coming in. And that is to be in a week or so. Sorry, I'm in and out working and enjoying the stream. Ah, that's calm. I'm going to set up a live stream. Just kidding. Flower girl B. Big smile. Crease. Didn't know you had a channel, Margie. Just subbed. I'll see if I can put the link. Hold on a second. I can report Margie. No, I'm not going to do that. Or am I? No, I'm not. I can pin a message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, and add moderator. Yeah, I can add moderator. Hold on a second. I'm not going to do that either, to be fair. Sorry. I don't want to be one of those channels where I've got like 50 moderators or like everyone's a moderator, because then you can't block anyone. Who you mean, like Roger? I would probably enjoy about a third of his offerings. I've got Scandal and Danger in the Parfums Cologne. I was deeply disappointed. Although I know what you're going to say, the Parfums Cologne are shit. But I did not feel as though they were just fucking like rip-offs of other fragrances. Dior Poison Vintage. Thoughts, Rich? No idea. Not a fan of Poison, to be honest with you. Not a fan of Poison. Eugene was saying Poison's like Iquitos. Oh, Omar's just cancelled it because it was an aftershave. I'll tell you something I've got. I have got a Charles of the Ritz aftershave of Koros. I do like the Scandal Parfum, but the Parfum Cologne was shite. A lot of people say that. I think he made the Parfum Cologne so they'd be more accessible to people, like the price point. Something that does bother us about Roger is that it feels. I get the impression that his prices are that high for the sake of it sometimes. Like, the prices are like, his prices are batshit. You know what I mean? These prices are fucking insane. I mean, I get it. They are good. Like, I remember when Eugene sent us Diaghilev and he thought, like, I don't know if he thought that, but I think everybody thought that I was just going to slander it because it was Roger, but it wasn't. There was no point in saying it smelled like shit because it didn't smell like shit. It didn't smell like shit at all. It smelled really nice. So there was no point in just saying that just to like fucking just to say that, you know. There would have been nothing more that I would have loved to have turned around and said that it was shite, but it wasn't. But is it worth what he charges? No. Straight off, no. Is it very similar to... Is it very similar to other fragrances? Yes. Can you get vintages, which is my personal preference? Can you get vintages which smell like that for cheaper? Yes. Rich, and all to all the other reviewers. Why did your love for fragrances begin? For me, it was my dad who wore the old school colognes. I used to drown myself in them going to primary school. I think a lot of people have that experience, Roberto. My love for fragrances, I've always loved smells. And then it sort of started, like you say, what your dad wears, like Brute and all these horrible things they used to wear back in the day. Even the smell of my dad used to use hair hairspray to fucking just get his hair to stay in position all day. And even that smell, even though it was chemical death, I used to be like, ooh, that smells like fucking, that just used to remind us of my parents and being a certain age, you know. And then I started getting into you get given gift sets and stuff, and then you start branching out into stuff that you want. Polo Sport was huge for me at school. Tommy Hilfiger for men, huge at school. And I always liked smelling different from everyone else. Everyone else was wearing Aqua di Gio and all these other things, and I would always like to smell a little bit different. Obviously, there was limits to it. But that's how I started. I've always liked being different. Definitely Alan Hansen. Don't know how he got that bread smell, but just love it. So, have you ever smelled Jeu de Peau? Yes, Eugene, have you smelled it? I feel like it's up your alley. In fairness, there are some of my favourites. Sweetie and PDLN3 hurt when I bought them. Is it true some of the older Hermes same experience? Eugene is saying poison is great and Rich says it's shite. This is a Leon style difference opinion. It's not that severe. I can't remember poison as well as I can remember Le Leon. I am certain Le Leon is shite. Poison, I'm not so sure. Roger's get rich quick scheme can't be working because his last 3 or 4 releases have been under 300 quid. Well, I mean, yeah, the last 3 years have not been a great time to be selling anything that you don't need to buy. You know what I mean? Perfume is one of the ultimate luxuries. That's just a better name would be Patisserie Oud. I look for Women's June. I literally had to save for them, but so worth to have for me. I'm really like how I use a Cypriol oil, I think. I like the Cypriol in Promise. I smelled and tried Roger Horte Lux. What did you think? Not for me now, but I will revisit when I get older. They might not be there when you get older, mate. Just the cumin and cardamom, not similar but complementary to each other if you like spices. Brute, yarded gold. My dad wore high karate, no way. The Vesta packet meal of 70s, proper 70s. It's proper 70s in the civet. Someone asked me when I was wearing it was poison. They said that's what it smelled like. No, not yet. Jeu de Peau. Jeu de Peau is lovely. It's bread and milk. That's what it smells like, bread and milk. I have the Poisonous Spirit de Parfum, and it is amazing, but a Leon is one of the few frags Ram and Duck disagree on. That is true. It's a rare thing. Classic Eugene. I agree, perfumery is the ultimate luxury. What other vintages does a Nuge have worth getting? None, because I've got all of them. Unlucky. Love me some Nagamotha. That is the other name for Cypriol oil. Really didn't think I was going to love it. Promise. And then Fragrance Journey did a review on it and pushed us over I was undecided. And I saw Fragrance Journey did a review on it and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get it. And I went to the shop and I bought it and I got it home and I sprayed it a few times. I was like, what have I done? You know how fragrances smell different in the shop to when you get them home, and like you're in a different environment and everything's strange, and like it's I took it home and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? And then over the coming days, and it was just a few days, and then weeks, and then months, I just absolutely love it. It's fantastic. You've just got to be so careful. It's 2 sprays at most. The thing's insane. Genuinely insane. Like Buffalo Bill insane. You know? Fucking thing's mad, like. Oh, the Bullocks Chan Dry Drown is not unlike Royal Ouds. Anyone else get that? No, but I'll bear it in mind. I love Eau de Beau. I'm going to get Poison. Picked up Vintage Jazz last week. Oh, nice. And Vintage Tuscany. Aha! That is really nice. I thought about taking Poison Tundra from my ex's sister, but she had cocoa and used from the 90s cocoa every time. I didn't like Promise and sold my 10ml bottle and then tested it again in the shop this weekend and enjoyed it. Jekyll and Hyde moment. That's happened to me before. Sold things that I've thought, fuck, I've got to go and buy a bottle of that again now. What time is it? Oh, bloody hell. We're on for 3 hours and 5 minutes, yeah. Right. It is time to go. My voice is starting to ache like the rest of us. Thank you for everybody watching. And thank you to everyone who has liked the stream. For you do not have to like the stream. But you have. I appreciate it greatly. It is time for me to turn over and go to sleep. Thank you, everybody. This has been a good stream. I don't usually stream for 3 hours, but we've had a good little conversation here tonight. Thank you for putting up with the bubbles. I hope everyone has a nice weekend. And I will see you again soon. See ya.